Dear students, today's topic is sampling techniques. First of all, we will study its basic concepts. First concept is about population. Population is the totality of the objects. It's a collection or aggregate of all elements defined by time and space and possessing some common characteristics. Some common characteristics means all the group having some quality. For example, this group on the left side, all are the human beings of different ages. So the common characteristic is all are human beings of different ages. For example, if I'm going to collect the students of the specific college during the specific session, then time is the session and the college name is the space. For example, students are from the government college during 2019 to 2020. So all the students of GC during this session 2019 to 2020 are common characteristic is all the students. So this is the population. Sample is a part of the population, a subset of population, or you can say collection of sampling units, which possesses all the characteristics of the population. The sample is representative part of the population. It means the population is the bigger group and a small part taken from this bigger group is called the sample. For example, this red rectangle is the sample and blue circle is the population. Sample must possess all the characteristics of the population. For example, population are the school students, then the selected sample should be the school students, not the university students. They should possess all the qualities, all the characteristics which the population has. Both are the same characteristics. Sample is a small part taken from the population. Sampling is the procedure in which a small part is taken from the bigger group. The bigger group is called the population, and these few elements are selected in the sample, which is on the right side, and the procedure which are using to draw this sample from the population, that procedure is called the sampling. In this figure, you can see there are two samples, sample set 1 and sample set 2. So the procedure is called the sampling, in which two different samples are selected. One is having the 3 elements and the second one is having 5 elements, 5 sampling units or 5 persons. Both may have the same objects, the common objects or different objects. Parameter and statistic. Both are the numerical quantities calculated from the population and sample respectively. So population is a bigger group. You can see this is the bigger group having blue dots, red, yellow dots in the population. And a subset is taken as a sample, which is having 2 blue, 1 yellow and 1 red dots. All points are having the different colors from the population. So it is the representative part of the population. If all the elements are of the blue color, not a single yellow, not single red, that this sample is not a representative part of the population. Representative part means all the characteristics of the population should be in the sample. And on the basis of this sample, the numerical quantity is calculated. And on the basis of this population, a numerical quantity is calculated. For example, sample having small n observations. And population consists of capital N observations, objects, subjects, sampling units. So on the basis of these small n and capital N, we can calculate the numerical quantities. These numerical quantities may be the average. This is the average. And the numerical quantity calculated from the sample as well. This is also an average. Both are averages, but these numerical quantities are called parameter and statistic respectively. If it is calculated from the population, then this average is called parameter. If this average is calculated from the sample, then this is called the statistic. For example, we are having 2000 students of the Lahore College first year students. So our capital N is 2000. So capital N is 2000. And small sample is taken from the population. For example, 200 students are selected from the population. So 200 is our small n. On the basis of these 200 values, we can calculate the average, and on the basis of these 2000 values we calculate the average. This average is called, denoted by the Greek letter mu, and in this case this average is denoted by the symbol x bar. Now we will discuss population and sample with respect to parameter and statistic. The bigger group is called the population, the smaller group is called the sample, and the single element is called the 1 unit. Population and sample, the relationship between these two are in this way, that sample is selected from the population, so arrows goes towards population. This arrow shows that the sample is selected from the population. The parameter is calculated from the population, that's why arrows tends to parameter. So parameter is obtained from the population. In the same way, statistic is obtained from the sample. Statistic is basically the estimate of the parameter. Parameter is the value which is not available, which is not easy to calculate because it based on the all the observations in the population. All the observations are, there are so many people in the population. On the basis of all the information from the population, we can calculate the parameter, but parameter is actually not easy to calculate. So statistic is used to estimate the parameter. So we measure the sample using the statistic in order to draw inference about the population and its parameters. Okay, the yellow circle is the population. The orange, the rust circle is showing that this is the available population. For example, the population is of the all students of the first year of the Lahore College, but all students are not still enrolled in the Lahore College for Women University. Some are left, some have taken admission in any other college. So available population is, for example, 1900. So the list of all the students of the first year of Lahore College is our sampling frame. So sampling frame is definitely less than the population, but definitely it's a part of the population. And from this sampling frame, we will take the sample. And the procedure from which we are going to take the sample is called the sampling process or sampling. And sample is selected from the population. And this sample is actually available for the study. And the population, the yellow circle, is not actually available for the study, but we are going to find the results about the population. The results about the population are based on the sample, and sample is used to find the inferences, the statistics, and all the measures based on the sample, and these measures gives us the results about the population. From the flow chart, we can say that population is a bigger group, and from this bigger group, sampling frame is defined, and from the sampling frame, sample is drawn, and from the sample, we estimate the parameters on the basis of sample, statistics are calculated, and inferences are drawn about the population. So on the basis of sample, populations inferences are drawn. The blue circle is the whole population. Yellow circle is the target population, which is the part of the population. And blue circle is the sampling frame, which is available population. Yellow is the sample, and single unit of the sample is this one. For example, if we are talking about the students of the whole province, all colleges from the whole province. So this is our population. Next, our sampling criteria is this, that the students are belonging to the intermediate colleges, intermediate class. So all the colleges which are having intermediate class are included in this target population. Now, the available colleges are the sampling frame. The sampling frame are the all colleges which are available for the sampling. Some colleges are not in working positions, so working colleges are in the sampling frame. And from the working intermediate colleges, we are taking the sample, and this sample is here, and single college is the participant or subject of the study. There are some advantages of the sampling. It saves time and cost, definitely. Using the sampling techniques, we limit our study from the whole population to the small sample. So it definitely reduces the time and effort and cost. All things are saved. There are situations where sampling is the only option. If you want to find the taste of any dish, then you use a spoonful material from the dish. That is enough for the situation about the dish. But it is not possible to eat the whole dish and then tell about the taste of the dish. In some situations, sampling is the only choice to give the results. Sometimes sampling may produce more reliable results. If all the elements in the population are included in the study, then it is not possible that we will take care and attention to get the information from the all elements of the population. Sub-negligence may occur if a lot of number is going to study. But if limited study is going to be conducted, then definitely care, attention, and dedication are considered to take the data from the units. So sometimes the results obtained from the limited study is give them more reliable results as compared to the study of the whole population. It would always be better to collect data from the entire population, but this is often not feasible. Feasibility means if you reduce the time, if you reduce the effort, if you reduce the cost, and you increase the reliability, you increase the accuracy, you increase the precision, then the feasibility occurs. It is always good to get the information from the whole population, but whole population study is not feasible. Not we prefer it to study the whole population. Sometimes it is not possible to collect data from entire population. For example, if you want to find the lifetime of the electric bulbs, then you study the whole product, whole lot of the company, and you want to find the lifetime of the bulbs, then it is easy to switch on some bulbs and check the lifetime that it burst after few hours or a few weeks or after a month or a year. You can test the time, but it is not a good choice to switch on all the products of the company and burst all the entire lot of the company and burst the whole product. It will not be good choice. So in such situation, sampling is the only choice. And disadvantages of sampling: not representative total population. Definitely total population are having so many observations, so many data, so many sampling units, and the results obtained from the population are definitely exact, accurate, and good. But the results obtained for the sample, which are based on the small values, small number of objects, are not as accurate as the population results. Census is another term. Census means the study in which all the elements are involved in the population. If population are having the capital and observations, then the study is called the census study, and this is preferable, appropriate when the population size is small. We prefer a census study when limited number exist in the population, and it has a few advantages, gives exact and accurate result. Obviously census having all the elements of the population, and if you are involving all the elements in your study, then it will give the exact, actual, true measures, accurate measures. Census are complete enumeration. Definitely it involves each and every sampling unit, then the results are accurate as well as the complete enumerations are obtained. Detailed information for subgroups. If population size is small, subgroups are constructed, and from the subgroups you can collect the detailed information from each unit. But if the population size is too large, it is not good practice to make the subgroups and collect the data from the subgroups in more detailed form. So detailed information is possible from the census if population size is small. Disadvantages of census: obviously all the elements are included in the study, so higher cost is consumed, time is more consumed, long time to collect data as well as to process the data, because data is a long data. You have to enter in the software in the computer and then manipulate the data, and definitely it is difficult to enumerate the results from whole data, and higher cost, higher time. These are the disadvantages of the census. There are a few more terms involved in the samplings. Sampling design. Sample is going to be collected from the population, and definitely population is a bigger group, sample is a smaller group, and some smaller group is taken from the bigger group. But which procedure is going to be adopted to select the smaller group? Sample is definitely selected from the population using any technique, any method, any design that is called the sample design or sample techniques or sample methods. There are few methods which are going to be involved in the sampling procedure. A sample design is a procedure of obtaining sample from the given population. Survey is the collection of detailed information is known as the survey. In first step, you have to select the sampling units from the population, and sample is once selected, then you have to get information from that sample is called the survey. And the sample survey, when the survey is carried out by the sampling design, it is called the sample survey. There are few methods, sampling methods. On the right side, non-probability sampling methods, which are 4 types mentioning here. On the left side of the sampling methods, there are the probability sampling methods. There are 4 methods mentioning here. of the probability type sampling methods. So we will study these sampling methods in our next class. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching this video. Allah Hafiz.